Okay. Well, hi, everybody. Thanks for joining on this Friday. We're going to do a little core work today, get those abs nice and toasty. We're going to do a Tabata core workout today. So it's going to be 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest, and we're going to do 4 Tabatas. So each one, we will have 2 movements, so we alternate between one and the other. So I'll go through each of those for each Tabata, and I'll tell you the next one once we get to the next one. So first, we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up just to get our muscles moving. So we'll head to our mat. And to start, we're going to be standing nice and tall. We're going to do some walkouts into down dog. So we're going to hinge at the waist, reach down to those toes, walk it out to a high plank. Here, we're going to shift our hips back and up to a nice down dog. Hold here for a minute. Coming back to high plank, we're going to do a twist on each side. Open up that chest. And the other side. And if you feel good, you can add in a push-up here. And we will walk those hands back towards your feet. Rolling up nice and slow. Squeeze those glutes to stand. We'll do a few more of those. Hinge at the waist. Hands come down to your mat. Walk it out to your high plank. Nice down dog here. Shift those hips up and back. Back to your plank. Open up. Nice twist on each side. Hand under that shoulder. Adding in that push-up if you'd like. And walking it back. Nice and slow, roll up, squeeze those glutes. We'll do 3 more of those. Down dog, hips up and back. Warming up those muscles. Nice open twist. And push up if you'd like. And walk it back. Standing up nice and slow. 2 more. Walking it out. Nice down dog here. You can pedal those feet. Back to your plank. Twist. Twist. Back down. Push up if you would like. And walk it back in. Nice and tall. 1 more, just like that. Out to that plank. Shift those hips up and back, down dog. Into that plank. Nice twist open. Twist to the other side. And 1 more push up. And we'll walk it back. Standing up nice and slow, squeeze those glutes. Coming forward, we will do 10 air squats. Down, weight in the heels, squeeze those glutes to stand. Chest nice and tall. 3. Knees over those toes. There is 5. 5 more. 2 more. Last one. All right, we're gonna go into our first Tabata. So we're gonna do crunches and toe touches here. So first movement, you're gonna be down on your mat. Hands come behind your head. Rest the weight of your head in those hands. Feet flat on the ground. We're just going to crunch it up. Keep that back nice and flat on the ground. Tip that pelvis. So make sure you have contact with your low back on the mat. And you're just going to slide those ribs towards your hips. So crunches for 20 seconds. Then we'll rest. And then we have toe touches. So your feet are going to be up in the air. Legs as straight as you can. If you can't reach, you can bend your knees a little bit. But we're just going to alternate touching those toes. And you're going to roll from shoulder blade to shoulder blade, reaching up. If you can't touch the toes, you can reach for your shins. You can bend your knees, whatever you need to do there. Okay? So that is our first Tabata, 20 seconds of one movement, we'll rest, 20 seconds of the next, and we go through that 8 times. So, We will get started. Get our timer going. All right, starting with those crunches first, 20 seconds. And go. Getting those shoulder blades up off the ground, keeping those elbows back, lower back flat on the ground. And rest for 10 seconds. And we're gonna go into those toe touches. Feet up towards the sky. And go. Tap, tap. Rolling from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. Feet as high as you can. Flex those feet, toes pointing down towards you. And rest. We'll go back into those crunches. Hands come behind your head. Hold the weight of your head there. And crunches go. Keeping that back flat on the mat. Sliding those ribs towards your hips. Almost there. And rest. Going back into those toe touches. Feet will come up. And go. Reaching towards that pinky toe, really getting that twist. Rolling from side to side. Using those abs to pull yourself up. Almost there. And we rest. Back into those crunches, hands come behind your head. Go. Remembering to keep that back flat on the ground, squeezing your belly button towards your spine. And rest. Getting ready for those toe touches. Feet come back up in the air. And go. 20 seconds. Short amounts of work, but they pile up. Rolling from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. Almost there. All right. Getting back into those crunches. Last one. And go. Last set here. Breathing into those muscles. Deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And rest. And getting ready to go into those last toe touches here. Feet up. Last one, here we go. Start to feel those abs warming up. Starting to fire. Reaching up as high as you can for those toes. Nice job. First Tabata done. All right, for our next one, we are gonna do side plank. So we're gonna alternate between left side plank and right side plank. So if you want to roll up your mat, get a little extra padding. So you have a lot of variations here. You can either do full side plank here, so up on your hand. You're gonna stack nice and tall, hips up. If you're gonna do this, make sure your shoulder is right over that hand. Or you can do forearm, so make sure that elbow is right underneath your shoulder, stack nice and straight, same thing. And you can add in variations if you want, if that's too easy. You can do hip drops. You can do arm threads. You can do crunches. whatever you'd like. So we'll do, starting with the left side, 20 seconds, switch to the right side, back and forth. You choose the level that works for you. You can have your feet stacked, you can have your feet split, whatever is working for you today. And we will start with that left side plank in just a moment. All right, left side plank. Whether it's your elbow or your hand, make sure it's directly under that shoulder. Go, feet stacked, feet split. You can also drop that bottom knee if you need to. Holding it here, adding any variation you'd like. Just make sure you get those hips up. Squeeze that oblique. Nice and high. And rest. We will switch to the other side. We'll spin this way. Going into that right side plank, doing the same thing you did on the other side. Hips nice and high, arm towards the ceiling, elbow stacked under that shoulder. Doing the same thing on this side as last time. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Gaze straight ahead. And we rest. Over to the left side. Maybe add in a variation this time. And we are up. I'm gonna add in an arm thread. Really thinking about keeping those hips high. Almost there. And we rest. Over to the other side. Doing the same thing on this side that you just did. Up. I'm gonna add in that arm thread. Hips high. Squeeze them just a little higher. Keeping that core nice and tight. And we switch to the other side. Halfway through this one, keep it going. Maybe add in a different variation this time. And we're up. I'm gonna add in a little oblique crunch on top. Keeping that hip nice and high. Again, modifying as needed. Drop that knee if you need to. Just hold your plank if you need to. And we rest. Back over to the other side. Preparing here, same thing as the last side. And we are up. Elbow under that shoulder, hand under that shoulder, going into the crunches on this side if you're joining me, or whatever variation you choose. Keep that core nice and tight, squeezing that belly button towards your spine even though you're on your side. And we rest. One more each side. We are almost there. And we are up. Last one here. Choosing whatever variation you like. Almost there. Deep breaths. And one more here. Other side. Finishing this one strong. Same movement as your other side. We are up. Going with the hip drops this time. Choose whatever variation you like. Squeezing to get those hips higher. Almost there. We are done with Tabata number 2. Awesome work. Next up, our first movement is going to be a leg scissor with a clap in between your legs. So you're going to be on your back here. You're going to lift those shoulder blades up off the ground. And if this is too much of the clap, you can just do leg scissors. If it feels good, you're going to add a clap between each leg. This is going to get you. It's going to feel good. And then our second movement is going to be a Superman. So a couple variations here. Laying on your stomach, you're gonna squeeze that belly button towards your spine. You can just hover, lift up, quads off the ground, top of your legs, and you're gonna lift your chest up off the ground. You can just hold here. You can flutter, kick those legs and move those arms, or you can pulse up and down. So whatever works for you, choose whatever variation you like. You can do a different one each time, but we'll start with those leg scissors. Add the clap if you're feeling it. Don't add the clap if you're not feeling it. So, take a little breather here, a little rest. And we will light it up with those leg scissors. I promise those are going to kick in. You're gonna feel a little core burn there. So, first round, let's get started. So on your back here, back flat on the mat, shoulder blades are gonna lift, and we're going to scissor kick those legs, keeping your legs as straight as you can with a slight bend in your knee, clapping in between, squeezing that belly button towards your spine into the mat. We rest. You're gonna roll over here, going into Supermans. You choose whatever variation you'd like to start with. Go. 20 seconds here. You can stay still, you can flutter, you can pulse up and down, your choice. Really engage that lower back, lifting your quads up off the mat, lifting your chest. And we rest. Flipping back over, back into those leg scissors. And go. 20 seconds here. Back is flat on that mat, shoulder blades come up. Going for that clap if you can. Rest. Rolling over into that Superman. Maybe choose a different variation this time. And go. 20 seconds. I'm going for the pulse this time. Deep breaths here. Squeezing that belly button towards your spine. And we rest. Rolling over. Going back into those leg scissors. And go. Be mindful of that lower back. Keeping that flat on the mat. Shoulder blades up. Woo. And we rest. Rolling back over. Cranking through this one here. Another Superman. You choose your variation. I'm just gonna go for the straight hold. You can squeeze your feet together to make it a little more challenging if you want. Heels touch. Let's get those quads up off the mat. Squeezing that belly button towards your spine. And release, rest here. All right, one more of each movement on this Tabata and we go to the next. Leg scissors, here we go. Going for that clap if you've been doing it. If you haven't, maybe try a little bit here. Kicking those legs. And flipping over for our last Superman, whatever variation you like here. There you go. Last one. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Almost there, squeezing that core nice and tight. And rest. And just like that, we are through Tabata number 3. One more. So awesome job. Thanks for sticking with me on this. Last one, our first movement is going to be a starfish crunch. So you're gonna lay on your back, legs wide, arms wide, and you're gonna sit up and touch your hand to your opposite toe. Back down and alternate. So reaching for that toe if you can get it. If you can't quite reach for the shin. If that's still a little challenging, you can reach for the knee. Just try to get up off the mat as much as you can. So we got that. And then our next movement, second movement is going to be a little bit more cardio tied in if you can, and then there's an option if you can't. But we're going to do some plank jacks. So you're going to be on your forearms for this. Elbows right underneath those shoulders, palms flat on your mat. You're going to start in plank position. So nice straight line from your shoulder to your hips to your heels. And you're going to jump out and jump in with your feet. Out, in, out, in. If that's too much for you, you can just do a step out. 1 foot at a time, lower impact, nice and slow. But if you want that cardio boost, we're gonna go out and in, keeping those hips nice and low. You don't want them to come up. So those are 2 movements for that. And we'll start this last one here. And then we stretch it out. So hopefully you're feeling a little core burn. But let's get going with this last one. All right, 20 seconds on, starting with those starfish crunches. Here we go. And start those crunches up. Reaching towards those toes. Opposite arm to opposite toe. Well, arm to opposite toe. Reach up as high as you can. Coming back down slowly. All right, rolling over here, going into those plank jacks or step outs, whichever you prefer. Maybe switch it up between rounds. And go. Elbows right under those shoulders. Hands flat on the mat. Get the heart rate going a little here. Hips nice and low. Squeezing those glutes. And we rest. Rolling it back over. Starfish here. All right, arms wide, legs wide. And we crunch it up. Reaching for that opposite foot. You determine the speed that you're going. Slow it down to make those muscles work a little harder. Woo. And we rest, rolling it over. Go to those plank jacks here. Get that heart rate going. Elbows under those shoulders. And we go. Out, in. Or step out, step out. You choose. Whatever's working for you this round. And rest. Rolling it over. Halfway through this Tabata. Almost there. And starfish here. Woo. Feel free to make any noises you need to. Breathing heavy. Giving a little woo or a little shout. Flipping it over for those plank jacks here or step outs. And go. Remembering to keep those palms on the ground, hips nice and low. Aim to get those feet off of your mat. Gazes down. And we rest. Flipping over here. Last movement on each. Here we go. Starfish crunches. Go. Getting those feet up, arms up. Almost there. And we rest. roll it over. Last round of plank jacks here. Maybe try to speed it up just a little. And go. It's our last round. Make it count. Squeezing that core. Squeezing those glutes. Don't let that lower back sag. All right, that is it for our Tabatas. From here, let's go straight into a child's pose stretch. Shifting your weight back onto your heels. Reach those arms forward. Deep breathing right into that belly. Stretch it out. From here, coming up to our tabletop position, tuck those toes. We're gonna go into a down dog. Pedal out those feet. Woo! That was fun. From here, go ahead and walk those hands back towards your toes. Roll it up nice and slow. Head comes up last. From here, on an inhale, arms are gonna go up high. Up on those tippy toes, big stretch. And we'll exhale to the left. Deep breaths, back up center, to the right. Back up center, drop those elbows wide. Feet under your hips. Eyes go up, open up that chest, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Releasing and lock those fingers, pressing away from you. Pull those shoulder blades apart. Eyes looking towards your feet. Deep breaths here, and relax that, crossing your right arm in front of your body, look towards that shoulder. Roll out your wrists both directions. And go ahead and switch arms. Looking towards that shoulder, rolling out your wrists both directions. And releasing that. Go ahead and give me a couple twists. Some arm circles, both directions. And that is all I have for you today. So thanks for working the core a little bit with me. I'm gonna unmute you guys. So if you have any questions or wanna chat, feel free. But thank you for joining. We're doing this Fridays at 11. Toast.
Thanks, Jaycee. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I got to run to a meeting. See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome, Jaycee.
Thank you. There we go. Wrong button.
I'm very sweaty right now and out of breath.
Good. Yay. A little cardio and core.
Yeah.
All right.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Let me stop the recording.